All right, I think we are live. We're live. All right, it is Monday, January 8th, 2018. 2018, new year, new me, same breakdown.
No.
With better audio. New breakdown. Today we are joined by Army veteran here, Schmid Etienne. He's the founder of R.E.S.S.E.T Studios. We're going to be talking somewhere between the lines of float tanks, health and wellness, microdosing, who knows, we'll see where it goes. Cryptocurrency. Yeah, exactly. Who knows what's going on anymore. Kirby, how was your break?
It was awesome. Exactly what I needed. Got my goals set for the new year.
Terrific.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Schmid, how about you?
It was a very good time. I got to relax. I didn't do much. Ate a lot. Did a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
It was good.
That hurts your business, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It's not really stress management if you're doing that. Anyway, yeah, it was really good. I actually have a lot of questions on how I can reset in this year. We'll get into that later.
Absolutely.
Still struggling a little bit. January is like, they say it's like the Monday of the months, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It is.
All right, so anyway, before we dive in, I'm going to say this 5 times. Launch Lab Online, Launch Lab Online, Launch Lab Online, 2 more. Launch Lab Online, Launch Lab Online. January 23rd, Launch Lab Online is going live. You can apply today. If you go to our website, you can apply for Launch Lab. That sounds weird to say it now. And we'll talk about it probably later on again. So a selfless plug. 10-week online course we've designed. We're getting 1,000 military veterans to step forward and start their own businesses. And it's a 10-week linear course for early stage entrepreneurship education. So that's my selfless plug. I say that every week, I think. Please just do it.
And it's free.
It's free. It's completely free. And it'll be really cool. So we'll do an orientation and kick off January 23rd, but apply today. And I do have a special guest, or we have a special guest in the house today. Todd, you got anything you want to say? It's a new year.
Founder, the CEO.
Hey, are we live?
Yeah.
We're live. All right.
Yes.
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope everyone's ready for their reset. So to have Schmid on the air, talking about his business and float tanks and all that good stuff. I just also want to give a plug for the Launch Lab Online, which launches January 23rd. Here's the really simple idea. If you want to start a business, this is how you do it. It's a place to come and meet people like Schmid and Will and Kirby and myself that are starting businesses. And we've got 507 people signed up so far.
All right.
Our goal is 1,000, which is very aspirational. I think we've got people from like 40 states, so we'd love to have all 50 states represented. And really, it's like, how do you think about starting a business? And how do you think about achieving your dreams? How do you articulate it? What are the right things to focus on? How do you learn how to tell your story about the pitch as to what you're trying to do? And it's a course that sort of walks you through all those things. It's not the only course out there. There's other courses out there. But this is definitely one starting point to have that conversation. And then there's other. And then in the course itself, we connect you with other resources. So like, hey, here's a website where you can pay $20 and get like a downloaded template. Here's a website where you can pay $90 and get a logo. Here's maybe something that we've negotiated for 25% off, like WeWork. So there's a lot of actual like tangible benefits in that course as well. It's the first time that we're doing it online, so we also want your feedback as well. So if it's working, if there's things that you want to see, if there's improvements, like this is our community. So tell us what's working and what can get better. And I think 2018 should be your year to start a business.
I agree.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because it's totally easy and you make a lot of money quickly.
No sweats.
All right.
Like the movies.
I'm going off air.
Todd.
Thank you guys. Let's do this.
And cut.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Schmid, let's talk about you.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for like 7-8 months. Also, you probably.
Almost a
Maybe
year.
a little over a year.
Yeah.
Something. It's been an amount
Actually,
of time.
this February will be a year.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you were in the Army, and now you didn't just go from the Army to now running a health and wellness stress
No,
management curriculum.
it took a while. I was in the National Guard after, and the transition from National Guard and going to school was not as easy as anyone think it is. But I used that opportunity to actually pursue my career and move forward. So I got a master's degree in exercise science. I work right now in the fitness field. My main focus is working with people that are a little bit older, that's trying to prevent fall, move better, feel better, things of that nature. So it's been really, really good working with this level of people. Yeah. Yeah. So.
What was that timeline like? Because that is interesting. I think a lot of people wonder as they're serving in the military, like, what's that process, that jump from active duty to entrepreneurialism? Like, what did that look like for you? How long did it take you to really start producing revenue in your business? And you said you're going to school at the same time.
Yeah. So during National Guard, for me, it was a very hard process because school, as well as doing the regular once-a-month process, and you still have other things to do. So to me, that process took me a lot longer than anybody else because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to do the right thing, that I had the right tools to actually move into the career that I want. And it's not until basically later on I realized, wow, I have the tools, I have the discipline, I have the structure that I got from the military to actually open my own business. So I started going that route because I was working for a big company. Most of you guys, I don't know if you've heard of Bally Total Fitness. And the people that you would work with is not as disciplined as you were. So it's like, okay, I can do this myself. So I took the lead.
I see.
Yeah.
So you recommend people getting kind of a job initially, maybe, to support themselves?
Absolutely. Because if not, the stress of trying to pay your bills or buy groceries can literally drive you mad. Yeah. So later on, I started with R.E.S.E.T, which is another way to stop all the stressors and so on. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So R.E.S.E.T is a well-being and stress management program, and we addressed growth and culture of organization by focusing purely on the potential and well-being of each individual employee. We believe that a company can grow or become more successful if each individual employee are well set in their potential and their well-being, their health is up to par.
Okay, so your business, your customer is really a corporation.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, and then you work with the employees of the corporation. I see. Okay, so how's that different than like a personal trainer?
So the personal training aspect is that you're dealing with a client one-on-one, where it's more B2C. With R.E.S.E.T, we're looking at more B2B.
I see.
So we are looking at the bigger picture, dealing with the company and see what level of stressors that they are dealing with. So we provide them with an assessment, and with the assessment, we are capable of identifying which arena or area of the stress meter that they fall in. Is it more a physical thing? Is it more a wellness thing? Is it more a mental thing or work-life balance?
I see. So the outcome then for the people that you're working with, I mean, everyone's just floating around stress-free. How does it work?
Floating around?
So the main thing is eventually to introduce this amazing experience where the people in the company can actually float at the same time of doing our curriculum. So our curriculum is a mixture of both seminar as well as online curriculum. So we do a one-day seminar that is extremely engaging, and then they follow the 7 weeks curriculum that actually help them build their own blueprint to how to properly deal with stress.
And one thing that I've learned just from conversations with you is it's hard for people to identify that they even have stress.
That's
it's
correct.
Little tiny things.
Absolutely.
They can be big things, but they can be small things too that add up. And what are like some so it's the curriculum. There's also physical as well. So things like flow tanks, things like better nutrition.
Yes.
What are some ways for anybody, but also maybe for early stage entrepreneurs, kicking off this year, what are some things besides taking the course, which I hope they do. What are some ways you can identify stressors in your life, or what are some stories?
Very good question. Is just one way is actually we have a first phase. It's to scan your body. Most people probably don't know how to scan their body, so it's be able to stay calm. This is why we call it R.E.S.E.T, right? R.E.S.E.T stands for Reduce Environmental Stimuli for Self-Evaluation. So the first phase is reduce environmental stimuli. So for them to do that, you need to be able to like calm down enough to scan your body to see what happened when you are interacting with someone and you're a little bit more stressed, or what happened in a specific situation, or is your heart rate more elevated than normal, or are you sweaty most of the time, or there's specific little things that you can actually identify. We actually recently launching a series of posts on Instagram where it's gonna give you little things that you can identify as, like, if you are feeling those kind of things like loss of appetite or binge eating. Those things are type of stressors. You have some kind of stimuli in your environment that can cause you to do that. Or using substance, like drinking a little bit too much, which I did over the holidays. But that's beside the point.
You know how to reset.
That's
you
correct.
have foresight to not
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice, that's interesting. So as the entrepreneur then, running this organization, what's been the most stressful thing for you getting this organization off the ground?
Yes, it's to create the right information that is clear and precise to the user. It's to not look at it from my view, because I've done it, I'm in it, I understand how to reset, I understand how to recall the memories that I need to, so I can actually move through the situation properly. It's to create the right information and not losing people in using big terminology or anything like that. It's because the easier it is to process, the most likely people will understand it thoroughly and use it more effectively.
Yeah.
So it's been very hard taking all the information, all the research, all the data, and condense it to something more.
Explain to me like I'm a child. Kind of,
Yes, basically that's the thing.
Yeah.
So when I talk to friends or family or people that actually have tried some of our conversation or some of our curriculum, it's just, you need to dumb this down a little bit. You should not use this word or things of that nature. So it's been has been very stressful.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like, being super clear on your message, I think, is so important.
Yes.
It's crazy how many
Absolutely.
people aren't.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you've taken from your military experience in the Army that you think has helped you the most?
I think the discipline, discipline and consistency has been like the most important thing, because we started this about roughly a year and a half ago, and did the Bunker Lab program last year, and basically the team literally debunkered my idea and changed it and give me great feedback, great insight for me to like be patient and consistent in changing and molding it. When we first started, the name of the company was Apotheosis. Yes, I know. I know, but through listening to everyone and idea that's been placed in, we were capable of changing it to Reset, which is more catchy.
Right.
Something that people, when you say Reset, people say, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. So it's been.
Yeah, that discipline I think is huge, and I think it's something that people overlook. Veterans overlook. They think, what skills do I have? I was an infantryman in the Army, so what, I'm going to be a mercenary? I mean, that's the only skill that I really have. But it's those other intangibles, I think, that you pick up in the military that are even more important, because a lot of people who don't go through that training, they don't have those skills.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. That's all the question. I mean, is there anything else you have?
Yeah, I would just say, so you went through our in-person, at the time it was called EPIC. The in-person program is called Launch Lab. That's the in-person version of, it's called Launch Lab Online. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, once or twice. What was your biggest takeaway from being in a community, sitting in a room every single week for 12 weeks or 10 weeks with 25 other military veterans starting businesses? What was that experience like?
The experience was absolutely amazing. I did it with my business partner, Lauren Rockheim, and it was great to see entrepreneurs like myself that are veteran, that are struggling with the same thing, that they actually have insight. We have met sometime outside of the lab just to talk and to hear what they are struggling with. It gives you a bit more of like, oh my God, like, it's not just me. And some of the insight that they give you, such as, hey, I'm struggling with this is what I did. It's a quick little, I would say, hack, so to speak, that really helps you or push you forward, because you know that you're not in this by yourself. So that's been very, very amazing to me. And the whole entire pitch competition was like really thrilling, because like you got to get ready for this whole thing.
Place, I think.
Yes, we did. Unfortunately, we came in second.
All right.
Nice. Awesome. Well, it's awesome to have you on here. I appreciate the insight. This is Schmid, R.E.S.E.T. R.E.S.E.T.
Yes, reset.
Yeah.
With 2 S.
With
Two S's. Yeah. And so you mentioned the word hacks.
Yes.
Great segue. Every week we go around and we say like one tool or trick or trade that we use that can help, an early stage startup right now today. What is something that you use in your life that'll help
Yes.
lead to success for you?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I use two things. One is my reset word, which is it's like a plugin, but I use it. My reset word allows me to either calm down from any situation. So once people take the curriculum, you'll understand where you can go to a stressful situation.
Right.
I use my reset word. It down regulate
remind
me.
you.
Yes. The next one is I learned this one from a book that's called Infinite Potential. It's written by Lothar Schaefer. He's a quantum physicist, and his whole concept is you can constantly dig in deeper to move closer to the absolute truth. So usually, if I have a question, mainly if it's related to reset or something I'm working on, I will write the question down, and then I'll try to answer the question 40 times within a period of a week, but 40 times. And throughout the time, every time I answer the question, it's a new answer. I never repeat the answer twice. So it keeps forcing you to dig in deeper, to find new ways, look at new...
Sounds terrifying.
It is.
Yeah.
But like
I don't
usually...
know if I want that many answers to some of my questions.
Usually you arrive at these decisions that are very, very revealing.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll try.
Wow.
How about you, Kirby?
My hack for 2018 is just gratitude. I usually have like a podcast or something, but I've just seen so many times how important gratitude is. They say it's impossible to have anxiety and be grateful at the same time. So, I mean, I don't think as people are seeing more and more success, that's not going to make you happier. It's the gratitude you have for that success that makes you happier. So,
That's awesome.
it's fine.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hold you accountable.
All right, good.
Mine is, I guess, tangible. It's a website called Canva. A lot of people might know what Canva is.
Yeah.
It's a place you can go and you can have, they do like digital design, like pitch decks and things like that. They were just valued at $1 billion.
Oh, wow.
They're based out of Australia. They are moving a lot of decks and stuff like that. So Canva, C-A-N-V-A. It's a really, really cheap, easy way to go get some of these things that could take 3 days to create. They'll get it done for you really quickly, and it's very cost effective. So that's my hat. That's all I have. Next week, we will be live from New York City. We have Mike Stedman and Don Johnston. We'll do it live from New York. It'll be myself. Are you going to be in New York?
Not Monday.
Not Monday. All right, so Becca Keaty will be there, she will be pitching at the WeWork Creator Awards. So there'll be probably some live information on that we'll send out. But really, really cool pitch competition. Macklemore's the guest,
It's like
musical
your
guest.
older brother. You guys
Nope.
look alike.
No, shouldn't have said a word about that. Launch Lab Online. So that's it. Thank you so much.
All right,
I really
perfect.
appreciate
One
that.
more thank you to R.E.S.S.E.T. They were a huge partner. They help elevate just the rhetoric around veteran organizations and veterans in general, and they were a big support for the bunker breakdown. So thank you to R.E.S.S.E.T. Appreciate it.
Terrific. Any closing words?
Last piece of advice.
That piece of advice. Well,
Put you on the spot.
I know, right? So since most people are going to have New Year resolution or New Year goals.
Yeah.
So the main thing that I've been working on for most of the people that I've been working with is to really do a pre-goal prep. Most people don't do pre-goal preps. So I create this pre-goal prep process where one of it is just make sure that your goal is sustainable.
Yeah.
You got to be an adult about your goal,
Yeah.
right? And if you reach a situation, you triage the concept and make sure that whatever decision that you're going to make matches the goals that you have. Be honest and have a support system. And you can use it as your guardrail on your way to your goals. Yeah,
Everything aligns.
yeah, absolutely. So I hope people use it.
Awesome. Great. Cool. Well, hey, remember, a year from now, you're going to wish you'd started today, so take action.
Woo!